This is our largest exhibit. It's our reef tank. It's about 16,000 gallons. If you look down, you'll see various species of fish, mainly the Indo-Pacific region, Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean. Here we have blue tangs, rabbitfish, honey ochus, hogfish. We're planning on putting sharks and stingrays in here, hopefully, but we're kind of looking at certain species, smaller species, of course, like 3-foot sharks and some stingrays. It's a bit of a challenge because you have to make sure every organism is fed within this tank. Right here, we have some metal halide lamps. Pretty much the function of these lamps is, A, it's aesthetically pleasing to the crowd because it kind of makes the fish light up with their color. These are 20,000 Kelvin at 400 watts. Just imagine how much carbon dioxide is being produced by these guys. So we also have the substrate on the bottom. It's aragonite sand, calcium carbonated base. All right, over here we have our jellyfish exhibit. All here? Okay. It's about 2,500 gallons. Right now we currently have about 60 jellyfish in here. And we have our own propagation hatchery over there, which I'm sort of fighting. I'm learning that as I go. My specialty is corals, not jellyfish, so trying to get that going again. But there is some babies over there. When you guys walk past, I can show you. Jellyfish are about 98% water. The other 2% is just like kind of nerves and nematocysts. Nematocysts are the stinging cells of the organism. You get to go and touch it. These right here is the tentacles. That's where it stings at. Yeah. Everybody touch? So their main diet is Artemia nopuli, which is the larval form of brine shrimp. That's what's in those cylinders over there, those Culligan containers. You'll see little orange things swimming around. That's the Artemia. So we hatch those here. All fake coral, it's all rubber. So when we dive in there, we dive in here about once a week. We'll get scrub brushes and we'll wipe it down real good because it does get a little bit of red algae on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so it wouldn't be possible to sort of transplant coral?
Yeah, it would be.
Possible?
Yeah, in the right environment with the right lighting, we could theoretically grow corals in here.
Yeah.
But some of the fish in here are actually corallivores, which means they'll eat coral. Tangs have been known to do that. So they, what am I feeding them? It's krill, mysis shrimp, shrimp. Sometimes they'll get a treat of nori, which is a particular seaweed. The tangs go crazy over that. Well, you're probably wondering, since we're in the middle of nowhere in America, how we make our salt water here. We have a reverse osmosis unit. Basically, that means it removes all the impurities from our drinking water, all those lovely metals, you know, such as mercury, for instance. I know back home in Ohio, we have a high mercury reading in our water for some reason. But this is the unit right here, and this unit's capable of making 4,000 gallons of RO water a day, so it's pretty helpful to me as the aquarist, so I can do massive water changes on that 16,000 gallon exhibit. This is our water softener unit. That water is pumped to a vat over here, we'll see in a little bit. So right now we're standing on the reverse osmosis vat that has 4,000 gallons of fresh water ready to go. We'll take the water from this vat and we'll ship it over to this one behind you. That's the saltwater vat. That's where all the magic happens in the aquarium, which isn't really magic. It's pretty intensive. It takes about a half hour. We'll cut open bags of Instant Ocean, which is a synthetic brand. We'll just dump it bag after bag till we get the correct salinity that we want. Usually I shoot for 32 parts per thousand. So right now, we're in our quarantine department of the fish aquarium, of the aquarium. In here we have, get this out of your way, sorry. We have 2 Amazon stingrays from Omaha. They're about a year old. So we're just trying to grow them up so we can eventually put them on exhibit. Turn off that pump. And my intern here, Laura, is getting ready to feed them. Laura is a good intern. She's very helpful. She comes in every Saturday. She's only in high school, so she's getting an early start to her career. So you can see them. They're just like little vacuum cleaners. So we're actually going to feed this exhibit right now. My intern's going to get ready to feed. In here we have 5 pacu. That's the fat kids you see there. Pretty much garbage disposals when it comes to food. We also have a red-tailed catfish. You kind of have to look over the edge to see him. He usually hides out right here. And then we have a Montoro stingray in the back. So those stingrays you saw in quarantine, this is where they'll eventually go. This is our African cichlid exhibit. There's 3 African rift lakes over there. We have Lake Malawi, Lake Tanganyika, and Lake Victoria. We went with Lake Malawi species because they're readily available in the trade. We just wanted to show just how beautiful they are in the wild. And if you look on the bottom, you'll see little babies every once in a while. The advantage to this system is these guys breed pretty much year round, so it's like a never-ending supply of cichlids for me. So, but every once in a while you'll see little babies zip out of the rock work until they get large enough to keep up with the school. Yeah.
Oh, there's some down there.
Yeah, there's one right there. Oh, they're beautiful. Blue hippos, common name. There's the hawkfish.
What kind?
Hawk. Powdered blue tang in the center. There's an orange spotted hogfish, that little pencil-looking orange guy zipping around the wall. This is one of our newest fish, sling jaw wrasse. The reason they call it a sling jaw wrasse is because when it eats, it actually flings its bottom jaw out like a sling blade. It looks like a sling blade when it comes out, and it gulps up food.
Which one is that?
That's this guy right here.
The blade-looking one?
Yeah, he's kind of flat.
Yeah.
But we have a lionfish right here, fuzzy dwarf. And then we have a magnificent foxface who is right here in the corner. This is our stony / soft coral exhibit. Right here we have the typical Ocellaris clownfish species. Flame-faced angel. Norris's top snail. This is a really cool snail to see in aquaria. Flame angel fish.
Yeah.
This is the Ophilia, or this species right here is called a torch coral. The reason they call it the torch coral is these little tips snap off and they start burning a hole. Sarcophyton. This is one of the most toxic coral species on the planet. Puts out a lot. But we usually get rid of that using a piece of equipment called a protein skimmer. Because the toxin is protein-based, that protein skimmer will remove it. This is an Anthias sea goldie, is a common name. And lots of mushroom corals.
Is that a mushroom coral? That's
Yeah, this is a disco. This one's a hairy mushroom. Yeah, they're beautiful and they grow fast too. Here's some of that coralline algae I was telling you about, that calcareous algae.
Thank you.